So this album has been in our womb for some years now because we've had such a beautiful journey with our daughters at the homeschool experience to be so close to them and testify their development and their growth from such a close position has brought a lot of blessings and inspiration um, and based on these experiences, a lot of these songs were born because some of them were written to, like one of them was written to greet the day, to welcome the day, and then there's another one which is to say goodbye to the sun, or really to relate to life through music. And the kids have this world of theirs. That, for instance, this song that we sang, that we wrote for greeting the day, we went for a period of time out with the guitar, with the little guitar that we have, and through the garden, singing this song to everything, and saying like, "Good morning, ants. Good morning, spiders. Good morning, leaves." And so this album has been this journey to go back to this, looking at these details of life with these eyes, and and it's amazing how children bring us back to the present every moment, because we're so, as adults, we have so many thoughts and so many thoughts about the future, the past, plans and logistics and so on. But the kids are so much just with this little flower, or and oftentimes we so much can't even listen to them because we're so busy. But this album has been inspired into allowing ourselves to really dive into these fantasy worlds, and it's been a wonderful journey. Yeah, so the journey of this music with our children has been also really interesting, because some of the songs we wrote based on experiences we've had with them, or inspirations that they give us through their nature, or also some of the songs are like musicalized poems from our Waldorf curriculum, because in the Waldorf um, school or homeschool, you have to teach a lot of poems, and my kids have enjoyed learning poems, but sometimes not so much. So in order to, and sometimes they're really deep and beautiful poems, and so we've put some we've put these poems into songs, so that instead of trying to have this kid memorize a poem, we just sing it like randomly. Like on a river trip, we were singing a lot of those poems and songs, and then we're rowing in the boat, and then it makes it super fun, and a lot of the Waldorf curriculum connects very much with nature, and so it was perfect. You're out there singing to the rainbows and the raindrops or the river or whatever, and then we create this connection with nature and with each other, and then also when we travel with our kids, and we have all this repertoire, and it's fun because it's something that bonds us, even if we're out in the world and feeling lonely or whatever, or community less. But then we do have this very strong community among ourselves, and these songs that we know that came from experiences. Yeah.
Mm.
We have feel inspired to share this experience that we've had with our children, with song and nature and homeschool and learning. And we try to put some of this spirit of this into the CD, into the songs, and also into the. We made a beautiful booklet with all the texts translated in English and Spanish, so that people can get the most out of it, and even maybe learn the songs, learn them in Spanish too, for the people who don't speak Spanish. I find it's very enriching, or even for our kids, when we listen to albums, children's albums in other languages. It's very fun to just look at the lyrics, even if you don't understand a thing, to connect with that, to enrich the world of the children, and to have parents and children like just have this little exploration together. We know we feel very blessed that we have had so much time with our kids, but we know that there's many parents and children out there that don't have so much time with each other. Kids who go to school and parents who work until late. And so we're hoping that this album can be a tool for connection, for we can play it in the car, they can chant the songs together aloud and together, and yeah, just for opening this possibility of bonding. So there's a little story I want to share with you that I found really, really inspiring. That I read that there's an African tribe um, who give the name to their child the day the mom has the thought to conceive. And the day the mom has the thought to conceive, she 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 sings a song. She creates a song for this being and calls it with a song. And so sings it until she finally gets pregnant. And then she teaches it to the community. They sing it while the baby is growing in the womb. And then the baby is born, and that's the first thing they sing, this baby's song. And then as this child grows up, and if it does like something that was wrong, instead of punishing this child, they take it in the middle of all the tribe. They put it in the middle and they sing its song to remind him of who he is. And I think that's really, really beautiful. And why I did want to tell you this story is because I would love to share with our album, with whatever we did and the songs we wrote for our kids, that children really want to be loved. And of course we love them, but we also have to do some work to find out when or how do they really feel loved. Like, we love them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they feel loved. And to do that, we need to really meet them in their nature, in their being, where they are. And one way to do this is to write a song or a poem for them on their birthday.
So, yeah, what I wanted to share of my own experience from creating this record with our children, that I definitely learned that it's very important to approach your children and not take it just for granted that they are there. And there's this very strong connection which you will have automatically with your children because you're the father or you're the mother, and you take this very much for granted that but this relationship needs actually time and space as well to be nourished, and to also really experience this time with your children in a profound way, because there's so much to learn for us as adults as well. Many times we think, okay, we have to educate the children, and we have to give them guidance, but it's also a wonderful thing to really tune into the souls of your children and see what are they bringing to my life, what is the gift they bring to this relationship. And so this has for me a wonderful experience through the homeschool process, because Gely started to say, okay, I teach them at home, and it's a very, very creative process with life education. It's a Waldorf curriculum, and it includes a lot of painting, arts, and stories. And what I've learned through this is that this is such a precious time to see the flowers of your children really grow and blossoming, and it brings so much. It's such an enrichment for your own life if you find a space to open this relationship, because and this is like talking about me, like we are like constantly on the get-go, obviously, as a family father, as a family mother, and 2 children, and you have to make income, you have to move your projects forward, you have a lot of your own dreams you want to fulfill, and so it brings you on this constantly um, being on the run and being busy and having so much to do always. And there's no time in the day. But I think it's very crucial, and I'm grateful that I could take this out from this recording process or from this creating process, that it's important to really have time with the children, because then the relationship will be in so much more harmonious also, and a family dynamic can be so much more blissful for everyone. And yeah, this is basically it from my side. I was very happy to be with them in the recording studio and record with them. It's so sweet to see them, um, how they approach a recording process, for instance. It's I'm very happy also with our art design for the CD, especially in times of digital download and Spotify and Apple Music. I think it's great to have something beautiful in your hands. We work together with Daniela Drescher from Germany. She's a very known children book author and illustrator, and we are basically her fans. Our family has been deep into her books, and so we approached her for this record. I wrote her an email, and I was very happy that she responded so positively to it, and that she painted this little fairy on our book, on our artwork. And yeah, I hope that this CD, this album, can be an invitation for children and parents to come together. Especially, actually, it's a children's CD, but I think it's more for adults. To open up to this magical world again, you know, which we have sometimes forgotten in our busyness. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Fly, fly with the night. 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 Eyes, eyes like stars. 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 Hands, hands like wings. 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 Ooh. 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 Rain, rain like tears, rain like tears, rain like tears, rain like tears, rain.